Greetings. Today we're going to talk about how to fix the squeak in a Maxx Air Fan by overhauling and greasing up the motor or replacing the motor entirely. After discovering this issue, I filed a warranty claim with the manufacturer, which you can do within 12 months of deployment, and they sent me a new motor. I needed to give them the serial number as part of that claim process along with proof of purchase.
That squeak is even more annoying.
So these are the tools we pulled for this job. What we used to take the screen off was these pliers. Then we went to this 3/32 hex Allen key to pull the fan blade off. After that, we used our wire cutters to cut the wires for the motor. We stripped them with wire strippers. We removed the two nuts on the motor with this 5/16 inch key there, and then we put Loctite back on our motors, on our bolts with the blue thread locker, zip ties, and Phillips head screwdriver for the top bolts. We also used the thread cutter and the DC bench top power supply.
So I filed a claim with the folks that made this fan, and they said to run it at max for 24 hours. So we're going to do that and see if it changes that squeak.
Alright, the serial number of the Maxx Air Fan, Smoke 7500K SN.
Once again, you need the serial number to file a claim. You can get the serial number off the fan directly if you take the vent screen off of it and look in that corner. Just look at all the corners until you'll find that sticker and then take a picture of it so that you can have that for your documentation.
Huh. Oh, there it goes. Alright, remote's working. We're going to run this at max speed. 24 hours. So we can see that's DC loads at 120, and turn the lights off. DC load drops to 109. So that's kind of our baseline in the low 100s, 110, 108. So you can check the data over 24 hours to for the power draw and know that our fan's been on that entire time. So this has been running at full speed for 24 hours. Okay, now it responded. And the squeak is back. Alright, so we got our new Maxx Air Fan because the other one is still as squeaky as a wheel, and it looks like the polarity reverses to switch your motor direction. So we'll hook this up to a benchtop power supply, give it a quick test before we do anything else in our process. Alright, so we got just under 12 volts on the benchtop DC. Oh, there we go. That's what we want to see. So we got our warranty motor after 11 months. They had us run this thing at max for 24 hours. And that helped reduce the sound for just a little bit. But this is what it's like now after a couple days running at 10%. I like to keep this running at 10% when it's raining outside, so that we suck in air through our T-vent windows and we keep airflow going through the Starship so that we don't get any mold. So again, we have our friendly dog who never stops barking and always messes up the sound samples, but we're going to try and listen through those. So that's the squeak on the motor after doing the 24-hour full max test and then using it in production for a couple weeks and then leaving it on 10%. Alright, now let's take this motor out.
To remove the motor, start by using some pliers to move the clips that hold on the screen from left to right or open to close, and then you can pull that thing off and give it a nice little wash in your kitchen sink.
Alright, 3/32 hex key. Oh, comes right off. Okay, let's not lose that. Alright, now we're on to the 5/16. Alright, so now that should come out, but we gotta get those zip ties off. So here's our two conductors. We have a white one and a black one. And they're feeding up into somewhere where we'd have to take apart more of this assembly. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut these. We're just gonna cut them kind of over here. We're cutting them one at a time, don't want to blow a fuse. And the reason we're gonna cut these is we can just use a Wagyu style clip connector to pop in the new motor, and then we don't have to take a bunch of other stuff apart. We'll do a side-by-side on these. Conductors are not live, so you can cut them at the same time, strip them at the same time. Black negative. Alright, now we go to the old. Go ahead and take this one apart and see if we can lube this up. A little bit of debris in there, not too bad. There's our bearing. Oh, there's another bearing on that side. Oh, just lost that. We got a gasket. A whole lot of fun in that little spot there. Okay, that's just held in magnetically. Very simple assembly here. This may not be as simple as just greasing it up. We're gonna find it. I use this marine grade grease. Shouldn't take much. Just get a little bit like that. We'll put it in this bearing housing here. Bearing shaft here. We don't have much space on this top side, but grease that up too. Alright. Yes. Okay. So we got that piece in. Now we line up our keyway. This piece, that piece. We're thing. Gotta tuck that guy back up in there. Come on. Maintain down pressure. All right. And now all right, so we've lubricated our bearings. Should be less friction on that surface. Let's do a sound sample. White to red, black to black. I'm going to bring this right up to the microphone on the camera. I'll do the same thing with the other one. Okay. No, sorry. Red to black this time. The new one might just be a little louder. Okay, we're going to put the old one back in and keep this one in inventory. We'll probably take this one apart and grease it if we end up putting it back in. Thread locker on those threads. Keep those guys glued on there. Assembly is the reverse of disassembly. Now we got our...
This first attempt at reassembly went all wrong and added an hour of time to the job. When I did this, I didn't hand start that nut onto that bolt, and I stripped it so badly that it was completely unusable. Anyway, I'm going to delete all the footage of me taking this completely out and putting in the new bolt. Actually, I'll leave the footage of me putting in the new bolt from the old motor because that's kind of interesting. But learn from me and start your nuts by hand.
So we can see that those threads are just not right. Those ones are right, so let's see if we can cut some new ones onto that bolt. Salvage this project. So I got the tap and die set, and I thought about cutting new threads on this bolt, but it needs that same thread pattern to hold this in. And then I remembered I got the new motor, so why don't I just harvest a bolt from the new motor and put that in there, and then try that. I decided, are they messed up enough to recut them? And I'm going to say they are, so here we go. Okay, that has been cut. Still doesn't want to punch the bottom. I'm going to put Loctite on it.
Alright, we're going to get a little Loctite in there. And then we'll put this nut up a little, or we'll move the bolt up a little bit more and put it back in. Alright, 1 hour later, let's try this again. New bolt, new nuts. 2 nuts are sometimes better than 1 nut. That is what we're going to try. Let's see if we can get something to tighten these down with first. Just getting to snug. Not tight, snug. Alright. Pop our connectors back in. Black to black, blue. Clip is for the black side. 4 new zip ties. We'll be right back. Alright, zip ties round 2. Got a keyway on this axle. And that is where we're going to pop this guy onto. We need to loosen our nut a little more. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Don't take much. Okay, another test. That's better. Alright, now on to our last step. We've cleaned this part with some soap and water. Now it is ready to go back into its home.
If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps the channel. And click on that Amazon link and buy some things from Amazon. That definitely helps the channel. Alrighty friends, I hope this video helps you find some peace and quiet while still maintaining low levels of ventilation in your starships. That's all I got for you today. Thank you for watching, and we will see you around.